Hi everyone, it's Maggie and I am here with a project share. It's been a while. I haven't been really crafting. I got sick with a head cold that turned into bronchitis, and I'm not 100% yet, but I'm feeling much better. And this is really the first chance I've had to do a video, hoping that, well, I'm fairly certain I won't have to cough. So, yeah, I wanted to get a video done so I could put one up where it's probably been a couple of weeks anyway. So, as a lot of you know that watch my videos, and when I'm sometimes talking, I have mentioned several times that I wanted to do a Gypsy book. And I finally completed one. And this is for a subscriber that asked if I would do one. And I told her I was going to do one and I would send it to her. She sent me a few things, and I actually, the images are from her, so I did use her images. And so I have to say, this has probably been the hardest project I have ever worked on. I realize now that I am so used to using, shabby chic and vintage type of colors, muted colors, so that trying to do this Gypsy book, really, it took me a long time. I started this book like a couple of months ago, and I had to keep leaving it for a while and then coming back to it. It was the only way I could be happy with what I was coming up with and then finishing it, because I would work on it for a little bit and then I'd get discouraged, and so instead of scrapping it, I left it. So I do hope she likes it. I'm still on the fence about it. It was really out of my comfort zone. These dark, not just because of the dark colors, but so many different colors. I'm just not used to it. But anyway, I started off with this fabric here, and this fabric Virginia 1468 had sent me. She has sent me a ton of things too, because she wants to do a Gypsy book, and she was sharing a lot of the things that she was finding at her crazy Goodwill with me. And so I did use this beautiful fabric for the front and back page. So I left, and because of it, I did leave the back page, just on its own, because I just wanted it, at least to be able to see the fabric, because I did cover so much of it up on the front cover. So this is the front cover, and this is the first image I chose. And there's some greens and yellows and reds. And that's what when I used this, I don't even know what you call this kind of trim, and I'm sure it's probably from Virginia also. The colors were there. So I decided to use that on top of the layers. I didn't use a lot of dangles. I think I only used them on the front and back covers. So the first thing I did was I put the image on the page, and then I just went from there. I went around it with this goldish trim here, and then I went around it with the pearls, and then I added this doily flower, and this was also from Virginia. This was on like a little thin piece of, I wasn't sure if it was a belt, but I took a piece of it and I glued it together so that all the coins and that stayed together as like one dangle. And then I added this little pearl and rhinestone piece in the middle of the the flower, and the flower is made up of just different doilies that I had. And then on this corner, this color here matched the light green in the picture. So I added one of these rosettes and then two smaller shabby rosettes on each side. Let me just open it up and show you. I used this piece for the spine. And when I see it, all I can think of is kind of like a corset. But I'm not sure what you call that either. So you saw that I put this on the bottom. I put this around the three sides, this trim here. It's kind of like a type of braided trim, I think. And then underneath, that's on another page, I just added a few little dangle trims. But I didn't want it to be like my other fabric books, so I didn't add a lot of trim to it. All right, so let me open up the first two pages. And the first page is a pocket page, and I use this large piece here. It's a deep pocket, and this fabric here, I'm not sure. I think maybe Natasha might have given me that piece, and I just thought it went, the fabric itself went, went well for a doily book. So I added this trim around the two sides and the top, and then I finished it off with this purple and green flower trim. I love this. And then here's the second image, and I went around the three sides with this flower trim, and then this little piece of gold dangle. And I know Gypsy's, it's all about the color, the the jewelry and all that. I didn't add a lot in the way of jewelry. I used like the coins, and I'll show you, you'll see on the other pages, I did use this applique for the middle of the pocket. And I did keep the pages on the plain side. I didn't want to over embellish. So I put this fringe down the bottom, and then there's a couple layers again, like of actually there's just this one layer of a dangle trim. And then the next two pages, and I do like how these came out. This background paper, I think not paper, fabric, I think, whoops, sorry about that. If I can salvage this, you're just going to have to bear with me with the video. I think I got it back on track, okay. So anyway, I liked the background. I think Olivia gave me this one. And I used this beaded trim to go across the bottom. And I found this beaded trim in a fabric store in Rhode Island, and it was so expensive. So I only got I think I only got a foot of it. But I remember I just loved these beads, and I couldn't pass it up. And I just knew someday I'd use it, and this was the perfect place to use it on the Gypsy book. And then I just added another one or two dangle on the bottom. Now in this photo or image, I added this trim here around her, and I had some material with this like golden seed beads. I don't know if I hold it up close enough, maybe you can see. They're tiny like seed beads, and it was on a mesh fabric, and so I cut them out and I layered them, and underneath there's a doily there, and I did the same up here. I cut the little ones out individually, and I added this rhinestone piece in the middle of this. And I think the little ones already had these little gold balls on them, so I didn't add those. I added this flower trim going around the sides and the top. And then on this page, here's the other image. This piece I know I got from Virginia, and it just went perfectly, I think. Underneath, I had this little piece left of this trim here, and then this trim here, it's all tatted. It's a piece of tatting, and I just fit it around the image. So that's those 2 pages. Oh, and around the page itself, I used a crocheted embroidered trim. Okay, and then the last 2 pages, and she was colorful with the red and the yellow. And so I wanted to bring those colors out, so I used my rhinestone cup chain with all the different colors to them. And I had this piece and this piece left from an old, it was an antique doily piece, and I wanted to use that on this. I just thought it worked really well. And so in the middle of each little flower, I added the different color rhinestones from the cup chain. I added some of the acrylic flowers. And on this image, I went around it with a trim underneath here. You can't see a lot of it because these pearls, these flat backs are on the larger side, but I went around it with the pearls, and I added some more of those rhinestone flowers. I went around the perimeter of the fabric of the pages with a different flat back pearl. And then on this one, here's another pocket page. I added this trim here, and then I added the flat back pearls to finish off the, it's a velvet ribbon trim, but it didn't look right plain, so I added the flat back pearls to that. And then on the bottom, I added this beautiful beaded dangle braid here, and I wish I had more of that, but I did use that up also. And then I just used a couple of trims. Here's another antique trim that I mean, it's crocheted with such fine thread. And I left it, you know, it was like this, frayed, and I just left it as is. I didn't want to change anything. And the background page of this is a fabric too, and I think Virginia gave me a piece of that fabric. So that's it. That's the doily album. I hope my friend likes it. And yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And it will probably be a while before I do anything Gypsy again. I really struggle with this. I said after I finished it, I was on Skype with Amy and Kim, and I said, this is the first and last doily book I'm ever going to do. But, you know, just like everything else, if you don't go back to it for a while, you might decide that, you know, okay, I'll give it another try. And I might give it another try, but it took me so long. I had promised this like months ago. I did tell her that it was going to be months before she would see anything, and she was okay with that. So I really hope that she likes it and she thought it was worth the wait. So please, if you'd like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I can take the criticism. So I will be back again soon with another project share. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.